Now, there's a certain story I saw that got me thinking. There's a new bill that seeks to compel we as Kenyans to present official identification before accessing or opening social media platforms. And this proposal is part of our broader effort to enhance digital accountability and curb rising cases of cybercrime, misinformation, and online harassment. Now, part of what they were actually going to cater for is to promote watu ambao wako mature on social media. But I believe maturity does not come with an identification card. Do you know that also fools grow old? Like, just saying. Hata ule mseme nimekuwa personal. Si kwa class ulikuwa gana number 1 mpaka number kila mtu uzeka jamani, hata mchukue ID 15 bado amjaisikia watu wakituongelesha pale kwa street in the name of campaigns and whatnot. Do you not hear what this guys say? As a matter of fact, we as citizens are more intelligent than whoever you are thinking about. Si mimi nimesema, yeah.
Soon, you may be required to upload your national identification card whenever you want to access your social media platform. We are talking about Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, name them. This is because Communication Authority of Kenya has ordered ICT providers to implement strict age verification systems to prevent children exposure to online harmful content. Unlike initially, where you could just download the app and create your account, as well as add your age manually, things are about to change, and these changes are due to take place in 6 months. Globally, Kenya has been ranked poorly when it comes to safeguarding children online. According to the ministry, this move is also meant to curb the growing misuse of social media, including harassment, hate speech, and incitement, by holding tech companies more accountable through local representation. Will this move safeguard children online and also be able to safeguard people's privacy?
I'll say it again. I said when the noise is too loud, ask yourself, what are you not hearing? What is passing you? What are you being distracted from?
Why is the USA, America, trying to control African data by moving it to the desert? Stick around, because if Kenya agrees, the rest of Africa could follow. This isn't conspiracy, it's trade policy. The USA is in talks with Kenya to shift all its digital data to American servers in the middle of the USA desert. Behind this, Google, Amazon, big tech. But there's a catch. For this to happen, Kenya has to change its own digital laws that protect personal data and demand local storage. And if Kenya says yes, the USA will offer the same deal to the rest of Africa. Let me say that again. African data stored on USA American soil, governed by USA American law. This is digital colonialism, and it's being disguised as trade cooperation. Data is the new oil.
Now you understand why our members of parliament are quietly trying to pass a bill in parliament that is going to require that before you can access social media, you'll have to input all your personal data, including your ID number, to verify.
You guys. And talking of Kenya and internet usage, a report has been released by Global Web Index and has ranked Kenya as #1 internet users in the world. Do you know how insane that sounds? Like #1 in the world. Still on the internet, there is a bill in parliament that will soon require you guys to, all of us, to use IDs when creating accounts on social media. Yes. It's part of a broader way to enhance digital accountability, cybercrime, blah, 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 misinformation, online harassment, blah, blah, blah. That is the reason. Itaji ID very soon kuingia kwa Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, blah, blah, blah. Creators.
Kenny. Murkomen has suggested that the executive makes stricter laws to control social media. Juu wanajua 2027 social media ndio ina win.
Time has come that we should revisit that law again as executive and as parliament to make sure that we apply even more stricter rules to protect our children and our country from these bad social behaviors.
Why is the USA, America, trying to control African data by moving it to the desert? Stick around, because if Kenya agrees, the rest of Africa could follow. This isn't conspiracy, it's trade policy. The USA is in talks with Kenya to shift all its digital data to American servers in the middle of the USA desert. Behind this, Google, Amazon, big tech. But there's a catch. For this to happen, Kenya has to change its own digital laws that protect personal data and demand local storage. And if Kenya says yes, the USA will offer the same deal to the rest of Africa. Let me say that again. African data stored on USA American soil, governed by USA American law. This is digital colonialism, and it's being disguised as trade cooperation. Data is the new oil, and Africa is sitting on a digital goldmine of personal info, transactions, health records, even elections. Handing it over, that's not partnership, that's power surrender. So here's the question. Should any African nation have to weaken its own data laws just to get a seat at the global trade table? Comment below and wait till you hear what else is on this deal.
So the government has directed that any social media platform operating in Kenya or that wants to operate in Kenya should and must establish a physical office in Kenya. So from Facebook to Instagram to Twitter to TikTok, you must establish a physical shop or a physical office in Kenya. And the government says this is part to curb the recent misuse of social media to incite violence, to harass people, to spread hate speech. What do you think? Is it a way for the government to limit the right or the freedom to speech or expression?
Social media was here way before you were here, Murkomen. Raymond Omolo has also entered this chat. Should have a physical office. Excuse you, you put yourself on X. That's your boss. You see what you're trying to do. You don't like the fact that this generation is not stupid. It bothers you. This is not the generation where you just feed them everything that's on TV and they'd be like, TV mesema. This is a generation where people are willing to sit down and think, why does this person have to say this? This is a generation where people can come collectively and look at something objectively and make decisions, something you people have failed to do. You have failed to do that for this country. Whether it is SHA, whether it was whatever decision you are making with JKI, you have failed. You have consistently failed in whatever docket you have sat in, Murkomen. Nothing. Zero. You can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. Take your phone and uninstall X. Uhuru simply hapa kuna hit nyingi, mimi nimejitoa. He did not come and start saying that, the owner of Twitter must make sure he has a physical office because you want to control narratives. Because you want to control the upcoming elections. You people have single-handedly destroyed your own image in the international community. Even in terms of abductions, the faces have been revealed. The whole world knows. The whole of Africa, East Africa knows who is behind what, and you don't like it. And so, rather than take responsibility, you take it out on the young people. Oh yeah, I forget, democracy is about finding somebody to blame. And because you cannot point the finger at yourselves, you're coming down at the young people. Hey, muko hapa mnapigana na watoto. That's because younger people are mentally awake and do not just take politicians for their word. Because that's what things that are more important, like healthcare. Hamjali. You want to go and sit down and discuss how to regulate social media? Wazee, old people, because their egos are hurt, fragile egos, specks of dust. Oh, get over yourselves.
Explain the issues with the bill. First issue, it's already in the public participation stage. Whoever drafted the bill did not do civic education. I believe that should make it null and void. Clear evidence to support that since nobody heard about it. The second issue, I believe we have freedom of expression. That means I don't need the government's permission to post anything. Nor do I need to be registered under anything. The third issue, the people can't trust the government with our private information. People have been abducted, people have been killed. All arms of government are captured. This is all in the name of one-sided justice. It only serves the political class. Kenyan, since it's in the public participation stage, together with the finance bill, together with the budget. Don't know if NGCDF is over. If they're still discussing it, it is there. The national coordination bill as well. Don't care if they've started talking about it. There are things to reject. Can reject all of them at once. Give them an easier time. Content for more details.
Do you guys know that we could soon be required to provide our national ID details, or rather, even upload an image of that national ID before opening an account on any social media platform? TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook, you name it. Why? Now, there is a bill before Parliament. It's called the Kenya Information and Communications Amendment Bill, and it requires the social media platforms to use official documents before registering Kenyans on these platforms. Those official documents are going to be used to verify, your identity. Now, why? Wanasema they want to curb misinformation, spreading of fake news, and hate speech. In addition, if you want to post any content for public consumption, you will be required to register with the Communications Authority of Kenya. Kwa hivyo content creators and, YouTubers, you guys are going to be required to register the Communications Authority of Kenya. Nasema ni kama mimi pia siko hapo. Yes, we guys. And of course watu wanasema hii ni kama wameenda sana, but the government says for us to make sure that the internet is safe for all Kenyans, then we need to take some measures. Of course, it's linked to story ilifanyika last year, stories of June last year, reject finance bill protests. And I don't know what you guys think about this. What do you guys think about?
I mean, seriously, you can't take a break in this country. Kenyans, it's about time you wake up. The Finance Bill, the Tax Procedures Act, deleting Section 59A, giving KRA access to your private information through businesses. They want to push a stupid bill. There's no problem with the first part. It is here that we have a problem. It proposes mandatory registration with CA. Anyone publishing content for public consumption. Then look at the bottom. Help law enforcement trace individuals included in cybercrime, defamation, hate speech, and incitement. How many have been convicted due to cybercrime? We are talking about the same government that is moving like a dictatorship. Have you forgotten this? Or this? I tell you they'll back each other up. I tell you things are getting worse within the region. Kenyans are missing in other countries without a trace. Doesn't matter if you like them or not. If this is not enough to wake you up, I don't know what is.
One time. Sasa nini? Ground. Atuongea. Sawa. Hivi venye nanawa hivi. Ndo nanawa Ruto. Nimenawa Ruto kabisa. Nimenawa Ruto Kasongo nimekunawa.
My people, unaingia kuiva alafu unaletewa one time kama chesa. Mulisema hamutaki kuchelewa in anything. Well, Kenyans, you never disappoint, and this is the reason as to why I just love my country, Kenya. Munakuanga macho na munakuanga sete in anything. Anyway, Aluta, the struggle continues. We have to drain the swamps.
Ese moyo